God loves you, Scorpio. August is the month of the angelic frequencies of the gemstone Peridot. Your birthstone is Citrine, Scorpio, so what we need to do is see how these two gemstones resonate with each other. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. If you'd like to learn how to contact me, please visit my website at www.readingsbyrosemary.com, where we provide you with all the information necessary on how you can obtain one of our spiritual consultations, psychic astrology, Rosicrucian Kabbalah, as well as classes and upcoming seminars, and everything from ceremonial magic to practical magic to astrology, angel magic. Also, we can teach you Merkaba, and we can also teach you how to read tarot cards or read things like runestones, so that you can sort of learn that skill for yourself. And we show you how the tarot cards are based on Kabbalah, and how Kabbalah is a representation of the spirit of the law, where the Torah is a representation of the letter of the law, the Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Bible. Now, that is why there seems to be a similarity between the word Torah and tarot cards. There's great secrets in that kind of thing. So you can contact us if you're interested in some of those classes. Now, August gemstone of Peridot has the light emanations of the astrology archangel Virgo, and your zodiac sign gemstone of Citrine has the properties of light bestowed by the zodiac archangel known as Barchiel. Stay right here as we give you the gemstones particular to your ruling planets of Mars and Pluto, Scorpio. Coral and red coral are the precious stones used to align oneself with the energies of the planetary angel Samael, who was assigned to the planet Mars in Kabbalah. Planetary archangel Chamael, or Chamuel, as opposed to Kamael with a K, is also considered to be an expression of martial, that martial Mars power, that iron will. It's sort of a warrior, a soldier type thing, and that since these names and resulting various angelic frequencies corresponding to Mars apply fierce levels of courageous bestowal, willpower, accomplishment, and protection of those considered worthy. So be mindful of your own intentions and your own potency when utilizing these very powerful gemstones in unison with each other. The planetary angel Kamael is assigned to the planet Mars in Kabbalah, also being, again, Kamael with a K, being Samael, or sometimes Azazel, on the other side of the coin, since these angels apply varying levels of bestowal and various levels of also the willpower and courage and correction and severity that sometimes involve anger or even violence. So be very mindful when utilizing these powerful angelic forces. Now, just understand that this is a representation of the Kabbalah. This is a book by Dion Fortune called The Mystical Kabbalah. It's spelled here with a Q, sometimes spelled with a C or a K, or sometimes 2 B's, sometimes 1, and sometimes an H on the end, and sometimes not. But nevertheless, this is The Mystical Kabbalah by Dion Fortune. This is a must-have book if you want to truly be a student of the Rosicrucian style Christian Kabbalah. It's very important book. This representation is, as you see, it's similar to a chakra system. It has 3 pillars instead of 1. If you look at the system of the more Eastern system, again, this is the one that has just the middle pillar. Of course, they have in some of the chakra systems in some of the other cultures, even though it just shows a middle pillar and just the 7 chakras, there's actually, I think I read once, there's like 188,000 chakras or something with that, and that matches with like the I Ching system of acupuncture and acupressure. So, these are interesting systems to learn about, and good for activation and bodily health. Now, the Zohar states, we'll get into the Zohar here, who is the Zohar that is the main book in Kabbalah, and along with the Sapphire Yetzirah. Now, the Zohar again, it states, "Who is he who said, see now that even I am He. The cause high above all causes, the one that is called the cause of causes, is a cause among all the rest of the causes. So every single one of these causes shall not do anything unless it receives permission from the cause above it. Now, with that said, it's important to know here that first of all, you can't really get full activation of magical powers until you're an adept. So it doesn't mean that your magic won't work if you're not an adept, but it means that you won't have a full ability at magical powers until you're an adept. And also, that means that, see, like, no one's more powerful than an infant, magically. But an infant might not be in control of it. Whereas when you become an adept, you're kind of like an infant, but you have a certain knowledge and awareness of Creator and others, so you have an ability to sort of help everybody around you as well. So that's, you know, how that works. It's sort of how we balance our own sphere of sensation along with everyone around us, and how we incorporate that and how that works together. That's really what it's about. And another thing to mention here is that if you think about it, when you do magic, you're doing it on yourself to reprogram yourself. It's like reprogramming a computer. You're putting in different software, or refurbishing the hard drive, or whatever. You know, it's like reprogramming your computer to make it work better and get what you want out of it. What goes in is what comes out. So that's what you're working with. You're really working with yourself. And you're working with everything in your own sphere of sensation, your own monad, because everything is self and not self is the same thing. So really, when if you do a ritual on somebody else, you know, it doesn't matter if you think that makes you more powerful than them to do a ritual on them. It really is something you're doing in your own self, and that aspect of the other person in your own self. It's a hologram. It's a hologram. Kabbalists have taught for generations that it's a hologram. Also from the Zohar, and the phrase, "And there is no Elohim with me, Samael and the serpent I kill and I make alive. I kill with my Shekinah whoever is guilty, and I make alive with her whoever is innocent." Now, Mars is known as the attribute of God the warrior, found in Exodus 15, that's chapter 15, verse 3 of the Douay-Rheims Bible. The Lord is a man of war, almighty is his name. Scorpio, regarding your second ruling planet of the planetary angel Azrael. This is assigned to the Kuiper Belt planet, the Kuiper Belt planet Pluto in Kabbalah. Gemstones associated with Pluto include tourmalated quartz, obsidian, and meteorite. The more darker types, because Pluto's so far out, more of a dark planet because it's so far away from the sun. Now, Azrael is the angel of transformation and death, known as the angel who is the one whom God helps. Azrael occupies the third heaven, called Paradise, adding and subtracting the names of people in his large book, which he keeps until the end, when he will finally be the last to die. He is known as Azrael in the Zohar, where he accepts the prayers of those who reach the heavenly realm of the abode of God, also commanding many of the angels of God. Now, Pluto is known as the attribute of God the rich Father. This is found in Luke chapter 12, verse 24 of the Douay-Rheims Bible. "Consider the ravens, for they sow not, neither do they reap, neither do they store house nor barn, and God feedeth them. How much more are you more valuable than they? Your water guardian archangel Gabriel speaks to you from your Scorpio astrology archangel known as Barchiel." This is an angelic horoscope transmission from your Scorpio zodiac angel Barchiel, who resides over the Scorpion's fixed water nature. And these are his messages for you in the areas of love, money, and health. First, Barchiel's love, rapture, and romance transmission. The love part of the transmission. This is, again, under the oversight of the overseeing of the Archangel Gabriel, who's the angel who rules over all the water signs and the cold, wet winds of the west. It's sort of the emotional aspect of the Magus when one is making a sacred circle. Your water guardian Archangel Gabriel speaks to you from your Scorpio astrology Archangel, who is Barchiel. This is an angelic horoscope transmission from your Scorpio zodiac angel Barchiel, who resides over the Scorpion's fixed water nature, and here are his messages for you in the areas of love, money, and health. First, Barchiel's love, rapture, and romance transmission with help of the mighty Archangel Gabriel, the Archangel who rules over the emotional part of the magician, the Archangel who rules over the western watchtower, and the cold and wet winds of the west. Now, this is for the romantic aspects. There's a blue-green hue, or sort of a turquoise angelic light frequencies of Barchiel combined with comforting, healing qualities, shimmering towards extravagant, deeply thoughtful internal and external healing remedies. Pulsate gemstone rays of light alluring to the eye from the gemstone of Peridot, stimulating your romantic aspirations through happy blessings bestowed from August's solar angelic realms in the course of this birthstone's luxurious as well as therapeutic and talented attributes. Magical energies of an accurate permutation of zodiac angel Barchiel's natural fifth house attributes, in addition to your own Scorpio energies, bestows to you a great cornucopia filled to the brim, realizing new possibilities as well as ever brighter future portents. Brilliant methods of attainment are the purview of the traditional zodiac sign of Leo, for the objective of charming, attention-grabbing, and very enlightening, also very accommodating shimmerings of exact light that fills the heart with ambiance of creative radiance, motivationally therapeutic to both body and soul, allowing fresh dreams initiating forth from a gem which gives alluring capabilities for the owner of such a gemstone through attraction of crown chakra qualities, as well as third eye, heart chakra, and solar plexus attributes, thus generating abundant delight throughout a very, very heartfelt, because of the fifth house attributes, a progression of the sun through the sign of Leo, through this fifth house attributes, again in combination with the Archangel Barchiel, and then your own zodiac angel Barchiel. Your romantic aspirations, your love life, is going to be enhanced through happy blessings bestowed from August's solar angelic realms in the course of this birthstone's luxurious as well as therapeutic talented attributes. Magical energies of an accurate permutation of zodiac angel Barchiel's natural fifth house attributes, in addition to your own Scorpio energies, bestows to you a cornucopia filled to the brim, realizing new possibilities as well as ever brighter future portents. Brilliant methods of attainment are the purview of the traditional zodiac sign of Leo, for the objective of charming, very attention-grabbing and enlightening, also very accommodating shimmerings of exact light that fills the heart with an ambiance of creative radiance, motivationally therapeutic to both body and soul, allowing fresh dreams initiating forth from a gem which gives alluring capabilities for the owner of such a gemstone through attraction of the crown chakra, as well as third eye, heart chakra, and solar plexus attributes, thus generating abundant delight throughout regeneration of very personal spirit guides, affording knowledge from clear vision during various ultradimensional and interdimensional that communicates that are made lucid through very complementary relationships within solar, crown chakra, pineal gland attributes, as well as third eye or sixth chakra pituitary functions and consciousness. Heart chakra, lion heart strength, it's all about the heart in August, through compassion and solar plexus qualities of ego health activate Sephirot of solar potency within Keter, thus reflecting lunar power through Yesod, activating Venusian beauty and desire in Netzach, and even the passion of Marshall Gebura offers sources of dimensional currents of enchantment and charm for romance magic, which is effective when influenced through solar qualities of confidence expressed in gods or goddesses within the Sephir of Tiferet. Bring Fortuna Lucifera, Apollo, Mithra, and Archangel Michael when they're included in performance of ritual ceremonial magic. Now remember that the Archangel Michael is associated with the sun, and this is for the sun is the ruling planet of the fifth house and Virtual, natural fifth house, and you have the martial aspects which ignite the sulfur. So you want to understand that these martial aspects are something that are brought forth. You also have Pluto as your ruling planet, but there's a lot of spice and a lot of really intense energies. So you want to use these properly, and you want to understand how to use these properly through a study of Kabbalah to make sure that you're using these energies properly, so you don't end up, just being too harsh with yourself. Because ultimately all magic is done within the realm of the self. It's reprogramming, again, it's reprogramming your inner computer. This is a book I just can't do without, and we use in our order, The Mystical Kabbalah by Dion Fortune. And you see here, the Catholic Church is set out, the structure of it, like the Kabbalah. You've got the top supernal Sephirah, you've got the gate here, and you've got then where the altar and the priests are, and then the rest of the congregation. You've got also, if you have this side here, Binah, you're going to have a statue of Mary usually, and Mary represents the Sephirah Binah, which is revelation and concealment of the light, and is also ruled by Saturn, and is also the representative of the female reproductive organ, and is understanding. Binah means understanding in Hebrew. And on the other side of there, you have Chokhmah, where you're going to have a male statue usually, and that is going to be representative of Chokhmah, which means intelligence in Hebrew. It means intelligence. And up here you have Keter, okay, and that's the crown chakra, and then you have Tiferet here, which is where the cross is, and this is the sun reflecting the father. So you have father, son, the father, mother, son, daughter, because the mother's over here in Binah. So when you walk in the Catholic Church, it's not idolatry, it's a representation of Kabbalah. And idolatry is just thinking that anyone's in control other than Creator. If you have an angel and a devil, or Jesus and Hasatan, it's the right and left hand of Creator. That's all. Even when you do the sign of the cross, you're doing an ancient Kabbalistic ritual based on the Kabbalah, where you go down to the feet here in Malkuth, and you're pulling in the Kabbalistic cross. It's in the part of the lesser banishing ritual, the pentagram, saying Atam Malkuth, pointing to the feet, Vigabura, Vigadula, Leolam, Amen. So understand that when you're doing Father, Son, Holy Spirit, that's kind of like a smaller representation, or an easy way to do that. But it's all, the clergy know about all these deep secrets. It's just something that is kept more for studying the esoteric, the mystical part of any religion, of mystical Christianity or esoteric Christianity, yes, like Rosicrucian, Christian Rosencrantz, that kind of thing. Now, regarding Barchel's money and wealth transmission, again, with help of the mighty Archangel Gabriel, Archangel of all the water signs, you've got great generosity. That's going to be really the name of the game when the sun sends out his glowing sunbeams to fill the air with copious production of wealth gotten from work well done, due to personal pride being an all-important factor. Now, arrogance and false pride are not the same as confidence and personal pride, because confidence through humility and not being humiliated, but through a certain humbleness of nature, that is brought forth through poise, and that brings confidence, and that brings personal pride. Arrogance doesn't have that humbleness. It doesn't have that submission to God. That's the difference. Now, if you want to learn about romance magic or money magic or even magic for your health, you want to get the Golden Dawn as revealed by Israel Regardie. This is the Llewellyn's Golden Dawn series. This is published by Llewellyn, and this is a paperback version. I have several of these. These are something that we have had to learn and memorize and take tests on in the Golden Dawn style and Rosicrucian style orders I was in, and some of them that I now run. And also I also have the doorstop version, the hardback copy. These are very, very important books indeed. Now, clients and customers are going to have to understand that their well-being is really at the heart of any transaction when the sun is transiting through fifth house frequencies, where Archangel Michael and Zodiac Angel Virchiel oversee activity, bringing light into even the darkest corners of God's great universe. This is also a great time to charge any Lemurian crystals you have. Lemurian crystals have contained within them the information from the Akashic records. They call Akashic records in some various cultures. Other cultures, it's information found in the Torah, information in the first 5 books of the Bible, the Pentateuch, where everything in the universe is encoded, and Lemurian crystals have that type of thing encoded in it. So a good time to charge up those types of crystals during this time. Anyone wishing to indulge in financial success will begin to learn what must be done to attain the financial freedom which they desire. Money injections for new upstarts become significant for people who gain a very deep insight into what makes other people agree to purchase goods and services. A great enjoyment of helping others and providing for their needs brings on sunny disposition in financial transactions produced from intentions which truly start out as sincere as well as friendly. This is the season for tending to children and creative projects, because that's your fifth house attributes, or even the artistic work of one's progeny. Art, music, works of writing, fiction or nonfiction are valued during fifth house considerations of the natural zodiac house of Leo the Lion, with strong solar willpower, making one capable of invoking help from mighty angelic realms, keeping everyone protected and cared for. Connecting to one's personal money nymph in the Kabbalistic Sephiroth of Jupiterian Chesed and Venusian Netzach, which are important Sephiroth for income creation and money magic techniques being overflowing sources of cash from where economic health is cultivated. And this is done via connections really of more fun and more entertaining, that type of energy during this time that will be gratifying and also brought through sensible occupations that are possible when you attain opulence in your life. Any such type of magic allows for riches to pour forth from inner oceans of light, from one's authentic inner happiness, which is then given freely to others by participating in trade with sunny dispositions, bringing a happy countenance formed from similitude with Creator God. Laugh when the world laughs with you, in the world of Messiah, having the throne of Malkuth, the bride of the king, creating his kingdom in Malkuth, begotten from proper craftsmanship of amulets made with formidable talent and precision. And this is way beyond the understanding of most, and bound by etheric plane tapestries responsible for granting earthly necessities and treasures, who are the agreeable magical elementals upon which all magicians and adepts must rely. Wizards and wizardresses often invoke into their being or invoke into created sacred spaces or magical circles the frequencies of the Sephira Binah, where Saturnine emanations are assigned in Kabbalah to attributes such as hermetically sealing great power, which produces extraordinary celebratory events or venues for entertainment. Calm and confidence wins every occasion throughout cosmological evolutions where combining red coral, obsidian, or citrine with peridot unites astrology archangelic forces known to Barchiel and Virchiel to tempt investors through utter charm in the theaters of large commercial properties, celebrations, weddings, funerals, as well as various religious events. Vim and vigor are extremely important if one wishes to bring on a high order of magnitude to any long-term goal where power must be sustainable. Power is generated when the sun is transiting through natural fifth house attributes, granting an essential sense of good judgment for the purpose of affording one his or her own self-confidence, a very deep trust in self and relaxed self-assurance through indicating a good amount of intelligence, thus causing admirable amounts of favorable fortune when considering a bright future for children and creatively expressed in very original ways. Honored and approved from God's hand, found in providence, bestowed from the monad of the adept's God's self, bestowed from within, seeing that self and not self are actually the same thing, allowing flow in all directions, conducted by her or his personal holy guardian angel. Illumination is produced from self-realization, creating a technique, a method or a technique of money magic, which is congruent with one's own visualization of loving kindness done for the good of all. Healthy financial habits provide one with ownership as well as leadership positions, and that's what it's all about during these natural fifth house transits, kind of fourth chakra, natural fifth house, these leonine ruled by the sun types of progressions. Now watch this. Let's look at Proverbs chapter 22 verse 7 in the Webster Bible translation, which is in public domain. It states, "The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender." So who's the cause? The lender is the cause, the borrower is the effect. In Kabbalah you want to be the cause, not the effect. The crown chakra, third eye, or sixth chakra, heart and solar plexus chakras are very invigorated and bathed in white light and harmonized during this time, predominantly when awe-inspiring environments and original creativity are the goal, sought with August gemstones and it providing for a fortuitous and goodly portion of monetary occasions through which one may now blossom. Moving to Barchiel's health and fitness transmission, which is very helpful when you're dealing with the Archangel Gabriel, who really deals with a lot of healing, along with Raphael, who's the divine physician. Because Raphael, although that's the more medicinal and logical aspects, you have Gabriel, who's more the emotional aspects of healing. There must always be an emotional aspect to all healing. Now, regarding the health and fitness transmission, we want to really look at the chakra system again. The chakra system is something, again, that is seen in many different cultures. And again, in Kabbalah, it's the exact same thing in the Western Christian Kabbalah system. It's Christian Kabbalah, Rosicrucian in nature, Christian Rosencrantz, that type of thing. This is the same thing as the chakra system, but it's got a right and left pillar. It's got three pillars, and it's got the pillar of severity, mercy, and the pillar of, in the middle, which is moderation and temperance. Yes. Now, the all-important subject of health finds great success in goals and plans realized during this astrological progression of the sun through the natural fifth house of children and creativity in August, possessing convergence arrays through balancing of the crown chakra, third eye, or sixth chakra, heart, and solar plexus chakras. It's really all about the heart in August. It's the fourth chakra, heart chakra, and the natural fifth house. All the creative projects and the progeny, which, all really comes in, from that heart. Yeah, the heart chakra. Now, crown or seventh chakra is analogous to the top supernal Sephiroth being Kether, involving the pineal gland, and that's the top supernal, Kether. That's the top 3 supernals. It's the crown chakra, the one on top, which is seen as violet in the other chakra system, more eastern base, whereas in the western base it's Kether. The color there is white. Of course, there's a king, queen, prince, and princess scales, which change all the colors, but generally speaking, we want to understand that all cultures have these things in their deeper traditions of being able to understand the energy field of the body. Now, regarding the pineal gland, we feel in our order that the pineal gland is in the crown chakra and the pituitary in the third eye chakra. I know, hence the name pineal. It's a residual third eye. But if you look at it anatomically, you have the structures. The pineal gland is higher and the pituitary is lower, and also the function. The pineal gland is very otherworldly and very of God consciousness, and it's the Christ consciousness, and it's the unicorn, and you have the pituitary is more lower functions and functions, and it's lower in the anatomically. So we feel that that's the way it should be represented. Now, we certainly welcome intelligent and respectful debate about this, but we want to keep it respectful and intelligent, and our viewers are intelligent and very polite, and we appreciate that. Now, as you get into understanding the hormones produced by these chakras, understand that when you scan third eye or sixth chakra hormone producing organs that we just mentioned, the pituitary gland finds expression in the lower sephiroth of Chokhmah and Binah, kind of right, left brain, granting intelligence and understanding respectively. Kabbalah teaches that men are given an extra amount of intelligence in Chokhmah. Chokhmah means intelligence in Hebrew, while women are given a more opulent amount of understanding from Binah, which means understanding, which explains why the two genders differ in their behavior. I mean, men are more objective most of the time because their right and left brain have fewer connections between the right and left side of the brain. The corpus callosum in a woman has a lot more connections between the two sides of the brain, and the men have only a fewer connections. So, and that's so that if they have to, like in the old days, when we were hunters gatherers, go out and hunt an animal, they wouldn't feel so bad about having to kill it. Whereas a woman might feel bad. She'll do it, and she's very good at it if she has to feed her family, but I'm just saying, a woman, because of those connections, tends to empathy, where a man tends towards sympathy. So that, because men, again, an extra dollop of intelligence, women an extra dollop of understanding, both types of intelligence. Now, keep in mind, though, that astrological signs possess both masculine and feminine qualities, affording individual persons more or less abundant portions of these two attributes, which results in nature's great balance. So you might have a man who has more feminine heart, they have maybe more water and earth sign attributes in their chart, which might give them a more compassionate and empathic or more empathy, where a woman might have more fire and air attributes, which would make her less compassionate and maybe more able to objectify something. Although if you think about it, the most masculine sign, Leo, has the most compassion according to the way astrology is laid out, and that's and the ego is the strongest, and there's also, again, loyalty. So understand it's all a great balance, and everybody's very unique and their own. It's like a fingerprint. It's very unique. Now, heart chakra qualities involve the heart and the back, as well as the thoracic spine, when soul transits natural fifth house frequencies. Solar plexus chakra activation occurs during this progression, which involves the Sephiroth of Tiferet, which includes the soul of the heart and the ego of the solar plexus. So Tiferet, represented by the solar logo 666, it's here, and that's Sephiroth, Tiferet, which represents the heart and the solar plexus chakras. It's well known in various esoteric orders that the heart represents 666, the solar logos, that human emotion. And the mind, is logic, and it's, but that's not the highest consciousness. Christ consciousness is more akin to semblance of form with Creator, where it's illogical, and one justifies the Creator, as taught by Kabbalah Info, if you go to that on YouTube, and Dr. Michael Lightman and Tony Kozenak, and then you also can find these teachings from Billy Phillips and Rav Berg at the Kabbalah Center, which have a lot of these types of teachings where you justify the Creator constantly and let the Creator change you. You don't bargain and get God to get on your side, because that's not God. God is, according to C.S. Lewis, I believe it was in Mere Christianity, where he says, God is these moral laws are extremely strict. They don't change. It's like hard science. It just doesn't change. You have to change when you're really dealing with the highest prime Creator. Any God you can bargain with is a lower dimension, because there's various aspects of God in Kabbalah. There's various God names in Hebrew, which we've given you in these presentations. Vital knowledge of one's true personal soul requirements assures proper adherence to biological law, giving rise to efficient and correct cellular task functioning towards vigorous, vivacious health. Remember that with the Sephirot of Kether denoting crown chakra energetic fields, Chokhmah and Binah associating with third eye or sixth chakra frequencies, as well as the heart and solar plexus chakras located in the Sephirot Tiferet, a great soothing, harmonizing, and healing occur during August. And remember to utilize your gemstones and utilize the healing crystals that you have during August, because they're very activated. Especially your Lemurian crystals can really be activated by the sun in August, when one imprints one's personal morphogenic field with intentions towards healing brought into reality through holding fast to universal laws. Divine unsubstantial qualities are transformed into divine substantial traits, making certain we are mindful of our vocabulary, our feelings, and our dealings or activities, because when you get to God's throne room, you will find that the face of God Almighty is your own face. Strength, power, and confidence allows for fulfillment of plans during August, enlivening the crown or seventh chakra, third eye or sixth chakra, heart, and solar plexus chakras. Zodiacal and angelic currents generate from the branch and the root of the Kabbalistic tree. Balance and moderation in all things is a cliche, nevertheless one which gives great sturdiness and health to one's constitution. Christ demonstrated his body of light in the book of Matthew. It's the Gospel of Matthew. That's chapter 17, verse 2 in the Webster Bible translation. And he was transfigured before them, and his face shone as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light. Astrocartographic arrangements currently, as well as at birth, must be revealed if a holistic style of unveiling one's inner nature is truly desired. A disclaimer is in order here. High magic should be used with all mindfulness, since powerful forces of manifestation are unleashed. This is intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. Remember to chant your divine tone of I create, Scorpio, or try out the higher aspect of simply meditating on the quality of creating. And be wise, be well, be all you are meant to be, Scorpio. Information found in this document is based on the oral tradition known as Kabbalah, taught to me by Rosicrucian clergy when I was but a young girl, the facts of which I have committed to memory. Thank you for joining us, and please join us again.